Today's video is really special. We're going to look through the news and especially how that news impacts the charts. There's also a lot of opportunities that are presenting themselves inside the crypto market right now. I want you to be able to take advantage of all of those opportunities. Let's run the numbers. Let's head across to Germany for the latest news there. The German government held Bitcoin approximately 45,000, worth about $2.8 billion. As far as governments holding Bitcoin are concerned, the US government holds over 210,000 Bitcoin, China 190,000, and the United Kingdom 61,000 Bitcoin. It seems that the German government is raising funds. 130 million worth of Bitcoin was transferred to exchanges on June the 19th and 65 million on June the 20th, and they're at it again. With the news just in that 9 transactions totaling approximately 2,786 Bitcoin were orchestrated by the Federal Criminal Police Office, the BKA. Let's pop across to the United States to investigate crypto news there. Bitcoin transfer by the US government to Coinbase sparks market speculation. In news just in, there's possible sale pressure arising because the US government transferred approximately 3,940 or around $240 million worth of Bitcoin to Coinbase. In April, the US government triggered a larger sell-off by dumping about $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. John Deaton is not happy about the US government dumping Bitcoin on the crypto market. Gary Gensler, head of the Securities Exchange Commission, proclaimed that the Coinbase cryptocurrency exchange was illegal. And that's where the US government sent their Bitcoin to be sold. In Bitcoin ETF news, BlackRock's premier funds embrace IBIT in a big win for Bitcoin. BlackRock's IBIT Bitcoin fund is the largest Bitcoin ETF out there. IBIT holds around $20 billion of assets under management, and it just got a lot more interesting. BlackRock has disclosed its Strategic Global Bond Fund and its Strategic Income Opportunities portfolio are now holding IBIT shares. Pretty damn interesting. The ETF market is definitely hotting up, and in Asia Pacific, it's hotting up for Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. But that's not all. Literally, in news just in, Bitcoin ETF issuer Van Eck files for a Solana ETF in the US. It's coming. Van Eck is the first company in the US to file for a Solana ETF. Let's look at the Solana chart. The crypto market is unlike any market on the planet. It is really volatile. You must be prepared for 30, 40, 50% plus drawdowns, and of course prepared for incredible price rises as well. Many people understand that incredible price rise, but the incredible price decline not so much. Unfortunately, they're just like night and day. You cannot get one without the other. We can see between the 18th of March and the 13th of April 2024, Solana came down little over 44%, nearly 45%. Then we witnessed nearly a 38% rally, followed by a near 26% pullback, 34% rally, 13% pullback, 36% rally, and currently we've seen a drawdown in excess of 35%. However, with the Van Eck news, wow, that is really interesting. We could see Solana just go for it. But remember, going for it doesn't mean it just goes up in a straight line, as many people think. Oh, Ken, it's going to go to the moon. No, it's going to move in waves between structural levels. So we need to know what the structure is. Let's zoom in here. For example, coming down to Solana on the 4-hour time basis, we can see that it's been coming down quite substantially. Now with Van Eck entering the market, look at this volume. This is what we want to see. We want to see a degree of commitment. But where is the structure? Where is it focused and where is it concentrated and how strong is it? Let's turn on the indicator. This indicator is available from CTKSMethod.org. Things are definitely hotting up inside the crypto market. Turning to the top cryptos, we can see Solana has done incredibly well. It's currently up a little over 9%. When we look at the last 7 days, we can see Solana is doing a cut over. This is really good stuff. And what about the last 30 days? When we look at Solana's chart, it's in the very early stages of a cut over. But we know every single thing comes down to what Bitcoin does. Now, how is this the case? It's because the institutions track changes in Bitcoin's price momentum and adjust all their portfolios in pretty much real time to match. And I'll show you something. I'd like to thank everybody for their comments in yesterday's video. We have such an amazing global family. Please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Particular comment from yesterday's video. Ken, are you sure that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity? What about Matic? Matic has been doing really well. Okay, let's check it out. The comment from yesterday's video. Matic is moving independently of Bitcoin. It has no association with Bitcoin whatsoever. Let's just check it out. We'll add Bitcoin as an overlay. Ta-da! Bitcoin is that blue line. Now, what do we notice? As Bitcoin is coming down, what is Matic doing? It's coming down. As Bitcoin is going up, what is Matic doing? It's coming up. This is the concept of directional correlation. As Bitcoin just sunk down, what did Matic do? It sunk down as well. As Bitcoin is coming down like this, what is Matic doing? It's coming down like this. Directional correlation and correlation are two different statistical concepts. Correlation is one concept, and most people talk about correlation, and they do not understand directional correlation. Directional correlation is an overlay of one variable to another. This occurs inside Solana, inside Ethereum, all your favorite meme coins, everything. It's all moving in directional correlation. I hope this helps. And please keep those questions coming. It's really good to clarify things. Understanding directional correlation will be a game changer for you, and the key is understanding. We can have news events that causes spikes like what's happened with Solana. And that's a good thing. We want to be aware of anything that's breaking out of directional correlation. But if Bitcoin was sinking, Solana would also sink. That's why we say no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. It's not a perfect relationship. It's not like, oh, Bitcoin goes down 1%, the alt will go down 1%. That will never happen. Bitcoin is huge. Alts are tiny in comparison. But we can already see because of this fantastic news with Solana. And it's a little bit more complex than that, isn't it? We need to look at the Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 charts to assess the market's health. But we can already see something happening with Solana and something happening with Litecoin. It looks also like Doge is not far behind. When people first start in financial markets, they don't understand CTKS structure. CTKS structure is the world's most statistically significant structural resistance and structural support levels. They play out on the interrelationships between the Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 charts. If we're looking at Bitcoin, because we know it's going to impact what happens to all the crypto alts, but a lot of people don't realize that Bitcoin is impacted by the DXY. It's impacted by the major stock market indices. It's impacted by junk bonds, by yields, by commodities, by so many different things. It's important to realize that all charts must walk together. Having been inside financial markets for nearly 4 decades, I wish somebody told me this when I was just first starting off. I did a finance degree at university, but this intercorrelation and interconnection wasn't covered in university texts. I had to find it out by paying millions of dollars worth of losses inside the markets. When I share something inside the channel, it's for your benefit. Understanding how all of these charts move as one is really, really valuable. Understanding intercorrelation and interconnection is really important. What did we see yesterday? You can see that blue line is Bitcoin. When the yields dropped off a cliff, what happened to Bitcoin? The yields were starting to weaken and they went down, which was really good news because the yields were at a point where they could have broken up easily, broken up to the upside very easily. Instead, the market did a rug pull and everything went in the opposite direction. You can also see that the US dollar currency index has been weakening. I mentioned yesterday, as we look through the cheat sheet, that Bitcoin was behaving like a digital commodity. And you can see it in here. It's just overlaying gold so well. Just always bear in mind, everything is moving in a wave. It's moving up and down and up and down inside trends as well. On CTKSMethod.org, there's a cheat sheet that you can access and you can fill it out to understand how all the markets move together. It's a free download. I would suggest you grab that one. And you may have an older version of the cheat sheet. You can update it. It was updated yesterday. In yesterday's video, we talked about the concept of max pain. Was the market going to come down to that 57,000 or would it do something else? Everything is structurally dependent. Let's just zoom in here and look at the structure. Because you know it's going to impact every single alt. It's going to impact Solana. For example, if Bitcoin starts to come down heavily, Solana will come down and people will say, hang on a second, what's going on? Bitcoin is going on. As a global family, we're always ready for any type of price action. We were looking at Bitcoin's price right here. And of course, the entire crypto market will follow whatever Bitcoin does. We can see that on a 4-hour basis, we got through this level of 61,400. We challenged the 62,200. That's a failure. That's also a failure, but we've so far maintained the 61,400 level of structural support. Now, if we hold this, we'll have another go at that 62,200. But if we don't hold the 61,400, the next level down is just below that 61,200. If we don't hold this, and that would be witnessed by an underside retest, we're going to head down to approximately that 60,580 mark. But fortunately, there are a few levels of structural support or safety nets inside Bitcoin's price history at the moment. If you would like to learn how to put these structural lines up on the world's most powerful smart money buy and sell level detection system, you can get standard certified at CTKSMethod.org. Let's have a look at Ethereum. We know that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, so when we pop on the structural levels, we're actually looking at Bitcoin's gravitational pull. You may have remembered that Bitcoin broke through a level of structural resistance and partied up to a specific level, but was rejected from that. Look at these rejection wicks. They're exactly like what Bitcoin did. And we see right here a little bit of negative momentum. This is because all charts have different structures and they have different number of days of price history as well. We can see that this 3450 mark is quite strong for Ethereum. Ethereum is putting into play that 3420 level. Right at the current time, it's favoring that. Why is that? Because that's a cut under just here. We're making lower lows. Now, if we're making lower lows, especially here from reference to the candle body, that's putting into play the lower structural support level. It's a really beautiful thing to know where the safety nets are inside your specific chart. Even though I cover the news, you should look at the news with one eye closed and one ear closed as well. The news can trap retail. You just have to be very wary instead of structural levels. You can see on Ethereum that 3486, no go. The 3450 strong level of structural resistance yet to be overcome. Always think in terms of 3 dimensions. If we get a continuation down here and hold that 3420, we may come back up to the 3450, challenge it, convert it or flip it into structural support to go for the 3486. We may even do something like this, but if we do something like this, you need to be prepared. All you need to know, where is the structure inside the chart that you're looking at, and how does that chart structure just relate to the Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 charts. If you understand it, it's literally a license to print money, but you must control your emotions at the same time. It's very easy to FOMO in when things are going well. It's like the green light just pulls everybody into the market and the red light pushes everybody out. There's a lot to know when trading and investing in crypto, and indeed inside the main markets as well. When we look at total crypto market cap, which is literally every single chart inside the crypto space, look at this long tail rejection, and look at this. This is quite interesting. We need to understand what the structure is. Okay, so let's pop on the indicator, and what do we see here? There's so much structure inside total crypto market cap that actually favors an upward move, but you wouldn't necessarily believe that just looking at a specific chart. What we're talking about here is the process of stacking probabilities. When we look at all of this structural support underneath total crypto market cap, and total crypto market cap is literally one chart that summarizes the market caps of every single crypto project. You can see there's a lot of structural support, and it's quite strong as well. We've got some weak ones and we have some stronger ones, but they're all banded together. In this sense, we would expect a movement to the upside. Now, this all relates to Bitcoin holding on to its structural support level. If it starts to weaken like ETH, we could see a degeneration into structural support. It may go flat for a while, just consolidate before it goes up again. But we're always looking at the structural levels and just looking at what price actually does. Doing this will put you in the top 5% of investors and traders globally. You can see how we have to do a bit of contextualization before we get into things. Let's look at the Solana ecosystem. We can see Solana, it was up 9%, but it's come down a little. Why is that? Because Bitcoin has been retracing. It can't escape. Solana cannot escape. We also have Link, Render, Dog with Hat, Graph, Arweave, Bonk, Pith, Jup, Book of Meme, Boom, Wormhole, Helium, Lunacy, Radium, Mu, GMT, IO, JTO. So these could be some things that you might want to look at. And of course, Solana has the meme focus inside the crypto ecosystems. So you can see Whiff and Bonk. They're actually doing quite well at the moment. There are many aspects to trading and investing. Your mindset is a very important one. Keeping positive under all market conditions and not getting just buffeted around, sorry Warren, by price action is really important. If you can extract gratitude from each and every day, no matter what price is doing, you are already a very big winner. As a global family and as a community, we focus on positive excellence. This is a do-be list. Do be kind to yourself and others. Do have gratitude. It creates happiness. And when you have inner peace and outer peace, money, success, and all the beautiful things in life will follow. It could take a bit of time, but hey, life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. The key for us all in life is just persistence and commitment. We're always learning. We don't know it all. So with humility and with patience, we can master ourselves to master the market. We have such an incredible global family, and if you would like to reach out to me, there are many ways that you can directly message me. Our focus as a community is to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. We're also an incredibly positive community. We're focused on being dedicated and committed. We either win or learn and never blame. If you haven't already, you can use the link in the description to follow me on X. I share the cheat sheet and other things there. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.